to your reading for February the 4th through February the 10th. And thank you for all the likes, shares and comments from last week. And I just wanted to say this is a general reading, right, guys? So this, you know, it's for the collective. So take what resonates with you and leave the rest and come back if nothing, you know, usually people check in with me at the end of the week and they say, oh, yeah, this happened, this happened. So anyway, I just want to mention in the horoscope, I mention certain days. It's just that the aspect is exact on those days, but the energy leading up to it can, you know, can be applicable and going away from it. So it doesn't have to be exactly on the day, but this energy is felt, right? So anyway, so if you'd like a personal reading, click right here and go to my website and you can see what kind of readings I offer. Now, Taurus, your career may be changing. This is with you know, this is about the new moon, right? Now, on the new moon, it's fabulous because you've got the new moons are when the sun and the moon are together, and joining the sun and the moon is Mercury, right? The planet of communication and thought and intellect. Now, Jupiter is blessing all three planets and Mars. So this is, in a beautiful way, this is a really positive week. Now, your career may be changing or going through an overhaul. You could be changing your job of your own volition, or perhaps you've lost your job, some of you. But I think that you may get financial help to focus on your life purpose from somewhere. Finances are coming in and supporting you on your life purpose. I feel like at the moment you don't want anyone to know what your aspirations or plans are at present. You just want to kind of keep things under wraps and kind of secretive for the moment. And it's almost like you want to work in solitude. I feel that you really enjoy working in solitude towards your goals right at this time. That's what you want to do. Now, Thursday, there's two cards. I have to let them out. I'm glad I did let them out. Okay. So, where are we? Wraps. Thursday, you're optimistic about your financial future. You're feeling really, I feel that you're seeing that money, the possibility of money coming in if it's not already there. There's changes, but it's so changes are happening around that, but it's for the better. And hope is on the horizons. Things will fall into place. Things are really working your way. Now on Saturday, brilliant ideas and logical. It's like you have a logical and scientific mind. It's like so clear. And you're able to solve problems that have eluded you for ages. And all of a sudden, there are the answers. It's as if it's a gift from God. It's almost like confusing as to how easily you see the solution, and before it was just foggy. So this is wonderful. Look, this is hold on. Oh yeah. This is all about your career or job or income source. If you haven't started something new on the new moon, then today, that's Saturday, you can promote it and get it recognized. Posts on social media will do well. Make them thoughtful and inspiring. It's oh wow. Things are coming out like crazy for you. Okay, now Sunday, engage in a creative activity. It's really important for you to do that, preferably with a group of friends. You'll enjoy it and you could impress the group with your abilities. I think it would really float your boat. And beware not to get caught up in fantasy, because you could lose time in daydreaming. You see, the thing is with this, the best way to channel this energy on Sunday, it's very inspiring, But because Neptune is at play, you can kind of get caught up. It's almost like you lose time because you're not even aware of what's reality and what's fantasy. So, use that energy creatively. You can, and if you do it with a group of people, it's so much more fun. Now, let's clarify this card here. There you go. Now let's clarify these two. Oh, that's so funny. I thought one was coming out and that came out. Oh, that's come out a lot. Okay, let's clarify this. Okay. The first card out for you, Taurus, is the Devil card. Don't freak out. The Devil card just means that you are putting too much emphasis on the material realm. So it can be like, I want this and I've got to have that, or you're putting more importance on physical and material realm as opposed to, your loved ones around you. You're putting this first. You may be working extra long hours because you want to make money, because you've got to accumulate more and more and more, because that's about security for you, right, Taurus? But when this comes up, it's saying, listen, switch your priorities. Really look at your priorities. And, the most important thing are your family and your loved ones, the people who are going to be there, They're also security. So you have to think it's not all about money. It's not all about collecting possessions. It's not all about accumulating wealth. So be careful of putting this first. And look, what's wonderful is you've got the Three of Wands. You don't put the addictions down or distractions, because this can be a distraction. You can be spending money on something that's shining and new and that you want, and you think it's going to be the answer to, it's always that thing. It's like you want something. I used to have a folder on my computer, things that I love. And I would put all these things in it that I wanted and I loved, and I got some of them. And then I'd go back a month or two later and I think, I don't want that. Now, had I bought it, I would have been disappointed because, it's gone out of fashion. So remember, material things can always be replaced. People can't. Clarifying that is the Three of Wands. Look, your ship's coming in. You don't have to desire, want all the time and trying to chase after, what's glittering, right? You have to know that your ship's coming in. Look, the ship is on the horizon. It's really important when this card comes in to make long-term optimistic plans, particularly at this time, at this new moon, darling. This is the time to make those long-term optimistic plans. Now, the next cards that you got two cards. First card that came down is the Wheel of Fortune. Darling, it's like the Wheel of Fortune is finally turning in your direction. It's come all the way down to the bottom and it's tipping up in your direction. Now, right next to it, you've got the swords, the Four of Swords, which means, look, it's kind of exciting when the Wheel of Fortune comes up, but you've got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and you're getting enough sleep. Don't stay up late watching the telly or, doing something, going out all the time. It's like you really need to get rest at this time. You've got to have a clear head because things are really going to look up for you. Now, it's just a basic take care of yourself and get enough sleep. Clarifying that is the Five of Swords. If you've been in a fight with someone recently, or you are in a fight, this is saying, look, you've got to choose your battles, Taurus. And you have to be really careful about being in a fight with somebody and then really rubbing their nose in it and just humiliating them. This is being in a fight and humiliating the person that you've won. You have to kind of know your limitations, and you have to, before you behave in this way, you have to put the sword down. you won the battle. You don't have to rub their faces or their noses in it. And sometimes you need to, sometimes these are battles that you need to be in just to prove that you're right. And it's like, you need to let this go. I'm getting really big time. Choose your battles. And if you are in an argument with someone, or an altercation with your lover or a family member or a friend, you really need to kind of back off and not be so egregious and so demeaning, making them feel demean and humiliating them. Don't humiliate them. Be a little kinder. So, darling, the next card in is the Ace of Cups. Now, this is the gift of love, but it's look, this one, it's the gift of third eye sight. It's like total intuition, psychic abilities. You're really trust your gut feeling. You're really going to see through to a person's soul. Like, look at them, observe someone, stand in their energy, and you will know who they are. And right next to that is the Lover's card. I feel like love is coming in for you. If you're in a relationship, this can be rekindled love. This can be a rekindled love. Now, what's interesting is you've got this right next to this. So what I'm getting, if you're in a relationship, right, and there's an argument, you have to come from a higher perspective, Taurus. You have to fight this battle, but not really fight it. You have to come in with diplomacy, kindness, compassion, and don't relinquish your, what's the word I'm thinking? Don't compromise. That's the word. Don't compromise, yes, but don't compromise your values. So sometimes we're like, oh, I just don't want to hear it. Let me just, say yes, 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 right? Just to get over the argument. But that's not what you're meant to do when this card comes up. You're meant to reach inside and come up from a spiritual standpoint and say, well, I understand what you're saying, and very calmly explain why you don't agree with that and why that you can't do that, whatever it is, or you can't be that way because it goes against your values or principles. So he's not better than when he's standing up there above everyone, but he's really coming at it from, he's hearing. You have to hear everyone's point of view. But in the end, you must stand up for your values, but in a very kind, compassion and diplomatic way. And I feel that you're going to have this lovely resurgence of love in your life. If you're alone, you could meet your soulmate. And if you do, you need to be, with this card, it's like start off this relationship as being very respectful. You have an agreement as you get into this relationship that you will not call each other names and that you will not demean each other, that you will not raise your voices, and you will discuss issues that you have without them getting to the fever pitch of screaming and getting angry and calling each other names and demeaning each other. So that's what I'm getting with this. Taurus, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Please don't forget to like this video, share it on your social media so my channel can grow. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.